Well, Night of Champions is officially here. It's coming to you guys live this Saturday on the ESPN Plus app and Netflix for you international users. And just so you guys are aware, it's Riyadh season 2026. And we are going to have a PLE with 6 matches to predict. And so we here at the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast are going to predict all of those matches. And for those of you new to the channel, we are on season 2 of our predictions, which yours truly had won last year. Right now we are at the fourth PLE of 2026 so far since the start of our WrestleMania season 2. So if you guys want to play along with us, please let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. I presently have 24, tied with T for 20, or tied with Sean for 24, and T has 23. That's right, because T missed the one on the last one. So are these guys going to make up some ground? I don't know. We shall see. But let's kick it off, guys. How are we feeling about this 6-match Night of Champions card this weekend?
Nice to see they're adding another match. I mean, if we're going to be giving away wrestling on free TV, like, the least they can do is give us at least more matches.
I got no comment.
You're just sad because you're behind.
I'm not saying anything.
You don't have to. We know.
Yeah, so, I'm going to allow you guys to speak, and then I'll make my decisions going forward from there.
Your silence speaks volumes.
He's so salty. So, T, since you are behind, I will allow you to pick the first match, whichever one you want. We have 6 matches in total, so we have the match for the Undisputed Championship between Cody, Gunther, and Sami, the King and Queen of the Ring finals, the U.S. Championship match, the Women's U.S. Championship match, and then the cage match between Rollins and Breakker. So you can choose whichever match you want to start off with.
Well, what match do we think is going to be open tonight? So this is very important on who you choose, who you think is going to win during the show.
So here's what I think is kind of interesting. I think that either the men's King of the Ring final or the title match will close the show. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to base my pick on where I think on the cards those things are going to be. Because, like, I would feel like if the championship match is earlier in the show, I'm thinking for sure Cody's probably going to win. And then Jay wins at the end because of some shenanigans. But if the men's King of the Ring closes the show, then I feel like I might have a different opinion. I would think that you'll probably get maybe Trick and Ricky Saints, and then maybe Seth and Bron might open the show. Maybe, or maybe one of the women, maybe that Women's U.S. match, and then Seth and Bron.
I thought they had said who was opening.
I was thinking that Trick Williams probably would open the show.
It would
that be the one. So if I'm going to choose the first match, we'll start with the opening night match. If this is true and correct, obviously Trick Williams is going to win that match.
Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints. Okay, so you are taking. You can pick the next one, Sean.
No, that's not it. They announced the finals are going to open the event. Both of them. The men's and women's.
Okay. Did you still want to go with that then, T?
No, I do not. Okay.
That's why I wanted to interject, because I figured you might want to change.
All right, then would you like... Well, let's start with the Queen of the Ring final then.
No, you know what? No. That match is a safe enough match to say. I don't think they're giving Ricky Saints anything. Trick Williams is winning that.
All right, then, yeah, go ahead.
Winning that match. We already know that. It probably didn't even matter where that placed on the show. We already know to finish that match. Trick Williams.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Trick Williams is going to retain. This is the equivalent of a house show. Like, this is Trick's, like, kind of first real title defense, if you will, if you want to count the thing that he did with Sami. I mean, I don't think that this whole situation is done. I think that there's a possibility Mello comes out and he maybe costs Ricky Saints here, but I agree with you. It's way too soon to take the title off of Trick here. You've got a lot more gas in the tank with this whole program with him. And I think he'll either lose the title in some kind of triple threat or because of a situation with little Yakti.
So I would put this a little bit above a house show, just because obviously being Riyadh season and all that. But I do agree it is way too early for Trick to lose it. I don't expect him to drop the title until at least a potential triple threat at SummerSlam, where he wouldn't even be the one to take the pin. I feel like they're gonna not want Trick to be the one looking up at the lights when the match ends. And I am just based on the way they've been doing things on SmackDown, it really does look like they're telegraphing a mellow Ricky and Trick match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So I agree with you guys.
I'm completely with you on that. That makes the most sense to have that match at SummerSlam.
And this was probably one of the easiest matches of this card to pick just because of the way it's been set up.
I think it's the third easiest match to pick. I think there are two matches that are easier to pick.
I just think it's one of them, the easy ones.
Let's go to the ones that, to your point then, that are going to open the show. We'll start with the Queen of the Ring final between Io Sky and Liv Morgan. I guess I'll go first here. Io Sky is going to win this match for two reasons. One, Liv Morgan won last year. And two, I don't think there's going to be any kind of, like, what does Liv gain out of winning here? She's already the champion. She's not going to go and have a title versus title match with Rhea. That program doesn't make sense. We ran Liv and Rhea into the ground already. So having the two of them face off against each other is kind of weird. You did have some weird dissension stuff with the Judgment Day on Raw earlier today again. And Stephanie Vaquer is got to come back eventually. And that's going to be Liv Morgan's program. If it's not Judgment Day internal strife for Liv Morgan, or maybe even Io. Maybe even Io challenges her after this. I don't know if they decide to not do the Io versus Rhea thing, even though I think that that's the safe way to go. But regardless, Liv winning last year is the biggest, horse driver for me on this one. So give me Io to win and become your 2026 Queen of the Ring.
I personally had completely forgotten about Liv winning last year until you reminded me when we did the episode the other day. And I think you're right. I think that is the number one reason why she won't win again. Plus the fact that the nonsensical storytelling they've been doing with her and her having the title during this, like, it's one thing to have her come in and announce right off the bat, oh, I'm doing this because I want to prove that I'm the best and have no one go against me, which they did with, like, the whole Lesnar thing when he was in the Rumble. But it doesn't make sense for Io not to win and continue her story with Rhea. And as far as Liv goes, I don't know if you see Stephanie or if they finally start some sort of program with Roxanne, but I have a feeling one of those two will be her SummerSlam opponent. So write me down as Io being the winner as well.
The crazy thing is, this is WWE.
Yep.
It would not shock me if Liv Morgan won. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wouldn't shock me.
Oh no.
There is part of me that says I should pick Liv just because something weird. They've been doing some strange things lately.
Yeah, they have.
And Liv Morgan is the same as the Jey Uso situation. Like, what are we doing with these two? I don't understand what we're doing. And if we're letting Liv Morgan win this all the way to the end just for Stephanie to cost it to her, that's just lazy. That's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
You just wasted another wrestler, one of your up and coming wrestlers' spots to deliver for another established wrestler. So I don't know. I think Io will win too. I'm in agreement with you guys, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be shocked if Liv Morgan won this for some weird reason.
You bring up a great point though. Like, it's a waste of a spot and for Liv to even be in there. And this writer's room, in honor of it being in England today, it's like they're spinning porkies back there.
Mm-hmm.
What? Can't with you. Coach wants to see you. Bring your playbook.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Where did this just go?
Yeah, so let's move on to the King of the Ring final then between the ruler Obafemi and Jey Uso. And Sean, I think this is the hardest one on the whole card to predict. So you can go first for this one.
Thanks, because you're right. This really is probably the hardest match on the card, and my heart wants to say Obafemi and that he's going to pull double duty at SummerSlam. But as T said in the last part there, it's WWE, and as much as I want to say the ruler, how can you go against WWE's love affair with Jey Uso and their incessant need to put the guy who can't get through a promo without being out of breath in the main event scene? Like one of our commentator made the comment about how Jey Uso is like Ultimate Warrior, but worse. And I think I have to agree, but I think they're gonna put him over, and I hate it. I hate everything about it.
This one is very similar to the last match. Like I know that Oba should probably win this match.
Should be.
My only thing, I think this match isn't going to be very long.
No.
It's going to be the shortest match of the night. There's no way you're going to allow Jey Uso to be the veteran lead in this match with Obafemi. There's just no way. And as limited as Jey is, that match should be a squash because that's the only way that match would be interesting. But I mean, I do think WWE is going to. I do think they're going to have Jey win.
I hate it.
I don't know, because I mean, this is just the same thing they did. What, in 2021, 2022, right? They did the same nonsense with. Remember, I brought it up before, Mike. I was saying that they got him doing the whole grunting and can't control himself thing anymore. Right back to what he was doing 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
So go ahead.
No, I was. You finish your point.
Well, I was going to say, here's what I would like to see happen. Oba wins. Brock comes at the end of it, injures Obafemi.
Injures
Obafemi. And Jey gets it by default.
I do have a question for you both real quick. Does it have to be Obafemi in this match? What are the chances of them taking out Oba first and him being replaced in this match?
That'd be pretty. I mean, like, they do some bad writing.
That would be pretty bad.
Really
make the whole tournament pointless.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of a way they can write themselves out of being painted into the corner here.
It's very easy. You have Brock Lesnar take out Obafemi in the middle of the match, and then Jey just wins. And I mean, the simplest way is probably usually the right way. And I don't want to lose a point here on you guys, because I also want to pick Obafemi, because I want Obafemi to win. I'm rooting for Obafemi to win. I think it'll be awesome when Obafemi wins, and I just can't see a world where Brock doesn't just cost him here. That's the only way. If you have Jey Uso beat Obafemi clean, that's a travesty.
Oba's done.
Oba's done. If he loses to Jey Uso clean, I mean, unless maybe if you don't do the Brock thing, if you have him just get mauled by everybody in the bloodline, I mean, maybe Jacob gets him in the death grip thing. I don't know.
Me either. That's why I said they can go either way. This match can go either way.
I hate everything about it. I don't think Oba squashing Jey though is something that they would do. I don't think they would just let Oba squash Jey. He should. He should just squash Jey, but I don't think they let that happen. So
no, you're right. You're right. But I'm gonna have to go with Jay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would have hoped that Oba would have won the match and then Brock, because isn't there something else before? I mean, we got another. Let's see, SummerSlam. What's the pay-per-view before SummerSlam? Is there
There is
something?
Saturday
Yeah.
night's main event at MSG.
So what if Oba gets injured after he wins the King of the Ring? It's by default Jay gets it because of that, and Oba's out for a few weeks. Brock announces that he's coming, that he's going to have a match on Saturday night. He's going to be at Saturday night's main event. Oba shows up, and they go back and forth in the ring on the way to SummerSlam.
So the only other thing I can think of here that seems a little bit strange is, are you going to fly Brock Lesnar all the way to Riyadh just for an interference spot?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Are
Brock
you?
doesn't have to leave the plane. He leaves the plane for 5 minutes, comes back, and leaves. He's Brock.
Dude, they've done that a million times. Flown people out to these Europe shows and stuff just for one spot.
Yes.
And if Brock can work for 5 minutes and get paid for it, you know the guy will do it.
I mean, for the amount of money you're paying them, why not?
Yeah.
Get up off your keister and fly out here to Europe. We're paying you a lot of money.
Well, no, because it wouldn't be just one spot. He would probably show up on Raw the next night.
Well, possibly, but it's Brock. He does whatever he wants.
Is Raw from Saudi as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I think. That's what I'd like to see happen. If you want Jay to win, just so he doesn't say he actually won the tournament. I don't want to see Oba being pinned by him. Is what I physically don't want to see.
No, it's going to make me throw up when that happens.
I don't want to see that. I want if you can save that, that's probably the best way to save it.
We should have never been put in this spot, though, is the problem.
No, it should have been LA Knight.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been LA Knight in this spot. This is such a mistake having Jey Uso in this spot. I don't love anything about, and we said this on one of our weekly episodes. And I'd love to hear from like our commenters, but is there anybody in 2026 that wants to see Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes?
Or Jay versus Roman?
Or Jay versus Gunther? Like, say Gunther wins. Is there anybody who wants to see that in 2026?
How about Jay versus anybody? How about that?
Yeah. Does anybody want to see Jey Uso in a title match at SummerSlam in 2026?
This makes no sense to me.
I don't. I want to see Femi versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I want to see CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. That's what I wanted. Or CM Punk versus Gunther Part 2.
Or a returning Randy Orton.
Or Randy versus, whoever. Like, that's what I want to see in the main event of night one. Really want to see, like, Jay, because if it ends up being Jay versus Cody as the main event of night one, who cares?
That's not selling tickets. But here's the thing. Cody he always starts some of these shows early, which is weird lately, right? The big shows have been Roman's been closing them. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, if it ends up being Roman, I mean, here's the only other thing that can get me to Oba winning, right? Your main event, if Oba doesn't win and it's Jay, what do you do with Roman at SummerSlam?
I still am of the opinion that I think Jay's going to end up challenging Roman.
What, at SummerSlam?
Yep. I think because of the stupid crap they've had Jay pulling with the grunting and the disgruntled and the not being able to control himself anger-wise, with the way he's been acting around Jacob, I am still, as of right now, of the opinion that Jay is going to end up being Roman's challenger.
And that's what you're going to do as the main event of night 2. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns.
Yep. It's just as bad as Jay versus Cody, in my opinion.
We've seen Jay versus Roman Reigns already, though.
Yeah, but I think I'm still also of the opinion that I think we're going to get to Punk versus Cody at SummerSlam.
I think you get Jay versus Jacob before you get Jay versus Roman.
I do like the Jay versus Jacob. I was thinking that you probably would see that.
Yeah, that could be your Saturday night main event, though.
Yeah, and probably be like, it's for the being the right hand.
Oh, they're gonna do that match. Jay versus Jacob is going to happen at some point. The problem is, if Jay is the number one contender to the title, you got to have him beat Jacob too.
Yep.
So you mean to tell me then you're going to have Jay beat Jacob and Oba? What? What twisted reality are we living in where you would have Jey Uso beat both of those guys and then beat Roman Reigns?
It's nepotism season.
Like what weird universe are we living in where you would have Jey Uso do all of those things?
But what weird universe are we in? We allow him to do just one of those things. Let's be
honest. You know what? I don't even care if I lose the point. I'll gain it somewhere else. Oba Femi's winning.
You know what? I was about to do the same thing.
Don't care. Oba Femi's winning. I think Jey Uso winning is stupid. I think it's stupid.
So are you saying we should all go with our heart then? And
you guys do. You know what? You guys do what you want. I am going with Oba Femi because I think Jey Uso winning, as we just talked through all of this, I think Jey Uso winning is stupid, and it doesn't make there's not one scenario we can come up with that is interesting and that makes any sense at all. Like, no. Sean, your point about him going after Roman, like he would have to go through Jacob and Jimmy and Roman and Oba, and you'd have him beat all of those guys to get to Roman. That's idiotic. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like that's bad storytelling.
I agree.
That buries everybody. Like that's terrible.
But this
I don't want to see Jey Uso pin Oba Femi. I don't want to see it. Even if Brock destroys Oba Femi. Like
trying to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. I do not want to see this. So
you already got Gunther with one.
No, you know what? Oba Femi should do double duty at SummerSlam.
I want that.
Brock night 1, Roman night 2.
It adds to the allure and the mystique of Oba Femi's character that he comes out, wins King of the Ring, similar to how Brock Lesnar did when Brock debuted. So not only do you have him that he beat Lesnar at Mania, you have the fact that he also did what Lesnar did, won the King of the Ring his first year, then goes in and wins the championship at SummerSlam, which is also what Lesnar did, beating The Rock. However, he beats Brock the night before.
Yeah, I love everything about that.
If anything, that allows him to have that step up on Brock's history as well, because then he can say, yes, I've done what you've done, but I also beat you on the way to it and retired you. I agree with you, 110%.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Oba Femi.
Yeah.
Final answer. So
I'm with you. You know what? Screw it. It's stupid.
I'm sticking with Jay.
All right.
He can earn his point on it. You're right. It's absolutely asinine.
It's so stupid.
Okay. You know what? We are a united front on this show. So if we're all going to take an L on this one, because it doesn't change.
If we all take an L, we all take an L. Like
we're doing this in protest.
Yeah.
Against WWE TKO. We are all three in unison in selecting Oba Femi to win that match, even though we know that WWE will not go that way.
Yep. All right, let's
in protest.
Let's move on here. T, I'm gonna give you a layup on the next one to make this a little bit easier for you. Women's United States Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Here's your layup, T.
They're handing it right over to Jade Cargill. Handing it. Tiffany is on a losing streak. She's another one that's been lost in the shuffle since her title run. They have no idea what to do with her. I'm looking at her as like a mid-tier card now, when before it used to be like she could possibly be a main eventer. And right now, with the way they're going with her, there's no way they let her beat Jade. There's just no way. So Jade Cargill all the way.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it.
No, you're 1,000% right. And we were talking about this the other day. The WWE has run one women's match at a PLE that was a non-title match. And that was in 2025 with Naomi and Jade. in the last like 5 years. It's kind of gross. And it's pretty much all but confirmed. The match at SummerSlam is Jade versus Charlotte. So it's going to have the US Championship involved. Jade is going to win here, and then Jade versus Charlotte for the US Championship, which becomes a good thing because Charlotte can win it. And normally you'd say the belt makes the person, but in this instance, I think it will help that belt because Charlotte will be the first actual credible person to carry that belt. So I am 100% on board with Charlotte becoming the US champion at SummerSlam. So yeah, give me Jade.
100%. 100%.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Sean?
Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
Either Charlotte or Chelsea Green is going to help Tiffany win. She's going to retain through some sort of shenanigans, and then you're going to get your Jade versus Charlotte, and I don't think it needs the belt on it. I just don't think that they need to take the title off Tiffany yet.
Okay. Well, I hope you're right, but I don't think that you are.
That's fine.
All right,
I can't support Jade. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. That takes us to Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker in a steel cage match. I believe that I go first on this one, right? Give me Bron Breakker here. I think this is where Bronson Reed comes back. And spoiler alert, if you watched Raw already, the good guys picked up a win on Raw today. So I won't spoil what it was, but there was the good guys picking up a win on Raw today. So Bron Breakker needs to win this feud. This should be the end of this feud at this point. Maybe Bronson Reed comes back here finally, because we did have a Joe Hendry sighting finally. So might eventually lead us to that 4-on-4 match, but the singles feud between these two guys needs to be done here, and Bron Breakker needs to come out on top of this. Seth Rollins loses nothing by losing here. He's still a main eventer. He will always be a main eventer. You can still get to the Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns match eventually whenever you want to do that again. But Bron Breakker needs to win this feud. If he loses this match, that's not good for him at all. He moves way down the card if he loses this match. He has to win.
So my only concern with this is the fact that Seth hasn't won anything so far really in this feud.
Yes, he has. He won the last match.
He won the last one.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, it was 1-1.
Yeah, it's 1-1.
What was the last one? Oh, was that the one on Raw?
Yeah, it closed that episode of Raw.
Oh, okay. So then Bron has to win. And it's going to be because of returning, like you said, Bronson Reed. If he's apparently been posting all over social media, he's in incredible shape. And if ever you were going to bring him back, it would be here, as long as WWE doesn't do something stupid like, oh, we're going to break through the wall of the cage and it's going to end in a tie. So lock me in as Bronson Reed. Or not Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker.
Yeah, I think it only makes sense, right? I mean, you have to. You can't have Bron lose twice in a row. You can't keep this storyline going like this one-on-one match. You got to change it up. Bron's got to move on to somebody else too. All right, it's enough of the Seth Rollins thing. They've dragged this story out way too longer than it needed.
Way too long.
And a lot of it had to do with injuries. I give them that. You know, Bron was hurt, a couple of times. Bronson Reed's been out. Now you don't have what's his face, Logan Paul anymore. So it's an unfortunate thing. And the only reason they're getting hurt is because everyone keeps getting hurt. So the other one's got to pull double duty. Yeah. So it gives them more of a chance of getting hurt in matches. But yeah, I think you go with Bron. I mean, you have to let him win this match. The interesting thing is going to be how is he, what's going to happen in this match that he ends up winning it. How do you end that match?
I think it would be pretty dope if he just speared him right through the cage wall and then just got up and because you know how they've done that before where both guys have been on the cage but not considered out. He spears him through the cage and then just kip ups and wins. That would be off the chain. That would be so cool if he did that.
Yeah, but then what do you do with Seth after that, though?
It goes on to something else.
I think they're going to keep the whole feud going, in my opinion.
I mean, if Bronson Reed comes back, they probably do, because Joe Hendry came back, and they're going to have more business with the Street Profits now after Raw today.
Yeah.
So, I do see a 4-on-4 happening at some point when everybody's healthy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Braun Breaker, I agree 100%.
Okay. All right, that takes us to the main event for the Undisputed WWE Championship between champion Cody Rhodes versus the Ring General Gunther and the last real good guy, Sami Zayn. Sean, who do you got and why?
Was Sami added to this just to take the pin? Because as much as I would like to say Sami with it being in Saudi Arabia, I still feel like that's something they want to save for like WrestleMania. I think Cody retains. I think you have something at the end either where Gunther is about to win and Cody comes in and pins Sami instead, or some sort of goofy shenanigans. But I think Sami takes the pin and Cody retains.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, you're next.
Oh, okay. All right.
I need to go on a rant with this one, so I'm going to take some time. So you go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm in agreement with you, Sean, with the whole why you're adding Sami into this. Obviously, historically, you would think he's added in to take the pin for one of these two. But what if that's not the case? What if he is in there to actually win it?
Do you think they do that at a show like Night of Champions, though, and not WrestleMania next year?
Why would they not? Because now you're leading into the summer. I don't know. I mean, they've been on this whole Sami thing for a while now. At some point with Sami, it's got to come to a head, right? At some point. We've seen this story repeatedly through his entire career, just for him not to get there.
Yeah.
So come on now. WWE has to believe that we're really stupid.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, Marks. Sami way again for the 1 millionth time. They've done this way too many times with him. So I would not be shocked if they do just put it on Sami. Because then you still save Cody and Gunther one-on-one, possibly at Mania, or even possibly at SummerSlam this year.
Here's a question before you actually make your pick here. If Sami were to win, who does he pin?
Cody.
Cody
always takes the he'll take a bump for anybody.
Yeah.
Cody would take it.
I could actually see a world where like Gunther actually gets screwed out of pinning Cody because Sami pushes him out the way and Sami pins Cody.
Haluva kick, pins Cody, wins the belt.
Or Gunther power slams him, then he Haluva kicks Gunther and pins Cody.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah.
So in this match, this is the one match I'm going out on a limb. Sami Zayn wins.
All right. So you got Cody, you got Sami. You know what? I'm going to do it just for the hell of it. Give me Gunther. Gunther's going to win this match because I don't really have a good reason here. I just want to pick Gunther. No, I do have a good reason here because I think Cody's run is getting a little bit stale here. And I think at this point, I don't think it's enough time to do the Cody Rhodes CM Punk match at SummerSlam. I think they're going to save that for WrestleMania. And it's just 4 weeks. You want to give me 4 weeks to tell that story because these two guys won't be done, right? Gunther and Sami will, especially if Gunther wins or if Cody just wins and like pins Sami, because there won't be an instance where this happens clean, right? Like there will be shenanigans towards the end of this. Like one dude will take out another dude and then somebody will steal the pin or something like that. It will not be just a clean Cody just beats both of them, right? It will not happen. And obviously, to your point, Reese, if Sami wins, it will not be just a clean. Sami certainly will not beat either one of these guys clean. That will not happen. I think we need a shakeup on SmackDown desperately. Cody is better chasing the title. And I keep going back to this but man, what was the point of everything you did with Gunther? What was the point of all of that if he can't win this one here? You're really going to allow Cody Rhodes, and I get it, it's Cody Rhodes, but are you really going to allow Cody Rhodes to be the only person to beat Gunther 3 times? Nobody else has done that. Technically 4 if you want to count how the second match got disqualified. Cody has beaten Gunther twice already in singles matches. You're going to have Cody just do it again here? I think Gunther needs a big win here. Cody, to your point, Reese, you're right. Cody will gladly eat a pin for anybody. And I think you can do a ton of other things with Gunther going in to SummerSlam. You could do a Gunther Drew McIntyre match when he comes back. You could do a Gunther CM Punk match. Hell, you could do the Gunther Sami Zayn match 1-on-1 if Sami gets screwed here. You could do the rematch with Cody. I just am of the mind that Gunther needs to get a win here because if he loses here again, he has really kind of no claim to getting another title shot. And then what do you do with him? Just Rey Mysterio? Are you just going to feed Rey Mysterio to him at SummerSlam or somebody else who's going to get retired? And I think that that's the biggest problem I have with Gunther right now is like, if he doesn't win here, he's too big of a star to not have a program at SummerSlam. And then what are you going to do with him? Where's he going to go? What is he going to do? Who is he going to face? You just moved him to SmackDown. There's nobody else at the top of the card on SmackDown. He's not going to go after the U.S. title. So give me Gunther.
I like it. This is going to be the most interesting match of the night.
Right? I don't think we've ever, all 3 of us, come in on a different person for a triple threat. I think that's a first.
Yeah. But I mean, every move, result is plausible. It can absolutely happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, each result has its own separate thing that could go off of it. So,
I mean, and Sean, I want to say, like, your point is very valid too. Like, Cody Rhodes winning is very safe. It's a very safe WWE thing to do, and I could absolutely see it happening. And I think your point, Reese, about Sami winning, that would be wild. That would be absolutely friggin' wild if they did that. But I could see him doing it. Like the way you booked the end of that match out makes a lot of sense. So all 3 of these guys winning, I don't know. I want to look at it in such a way where, like, what do you do next, right? And I could see Cody versus Sami at SummerSlam because Sami could just be like, I'm screwed here. Like, what do I do, right? Because we don't actually know if we're going to get the Cody Rhodes CM Punk thing yet. So Cody versus Sami in a non-title singles match, or to be the number 1 contender, right, to the title at SummerSlam could be a thing as well. And that could be really cool too, because then if Gunther does win, maybe we get Oba Femi versus Gunther. Or maybe we actually do get the Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns thing. It'll be very interesting to see. And honestly, if Jey Uso does end up winning that other match, I feel like I would want to change my pick then, because of those 3 guys, Jey Uso versus Gunther is probably the one they're least likely to do. I think Jey Uso versus Sami is a match they would do, and they've already hinted at Jey Uso versus Cody. So, I mean, I guess I could get behind Jey Uso versus Sami. If I had to, like, of all of the matches that if you're going to have Jey Uso win, I could get behind Jey Uso versus Sami.
Well, that's if you had no other choice, right?
Yeah, if Jey Uso is going to win this, which we all don't want to happen, but we all probably think is going to happen, Jey Uso versus Sami is probably the only match that makes sense for Jey Uso. Because he doesn't beat Cody. He certainly doesn't beat Gunther.
No.
So.
Well, and also, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have the belt on Sami by SummerSlam. I mean, he can kind of like, take Cody off of TV for a little while. He needs to disappear. You kind of maybe you do line up Gunther versus maybe Drew, something like that. Then you have possibly even, I know he's going to SmackDown, but what if they have CM Punk come in and beat Sami for it?
Yeah. Yeah, they could do that.
And then you get the CM Punk Cody rematch.
Yeah.
Or finally you get their match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, could do that.
I think that's the route you go.
Yeah, I like it. Book it. So those are our predictions, guys. Any final thoughts before we wrap up the show?
No, let's just I just want to say WWE needs to do better in their announcements of when Raws are going to be airing. Please, next time, WWE. I know you're probably not listening, but TKO, you guys need to do a better announcement of when your Raw shows are going to be showing.
Yeah, would have been nice to know that it was at 2 p.m. today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So that is our show, guys. Thank you guys so much as always for joining us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen in that main event? And also, are you guys with us? Is Oba going to win? Is the universe going to fall into place? We certainly hope so. So with that, I have been Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese and Mr. Last Real Good Guy. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. Enjoy Night of Champions and take care.